How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and welcome back to our playthrough of the Wages of Sin scenario for Fall from Heaven 2, which is a high fantasy mod for Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Now, it should be noted that we are currently playing as the evil alignment with the Calabim faction. So there are multiple options when you come into this scenario. It is possible for you to come in as a good alignment person. It is possible for you to come in as an evil alignment person, or civilization would be a more accurate way of putting it. I came in as evil because my choices up to this point have been towards the evil side, so I'm at war with the good side. In terms of the civilization we chose the Calabim because the Calabim have served me well so far, and I like their leaders' traits. I think their leaders' traits play very well into the playstyle that I'm comfortable with. They're very synergistic with how I usually like to play. So with that out of the way, let's get started. You're ready to begin another turn and see how this turns out. Your Queen of the Line has killed a barbarian sea serpent. Ooh, that was very close, I think, because if I recall correctly, it was like a 60% chance of me winning that. And that was with me attacking, so I consider that a significant victory, actually. Let's give ourselves 20% strength, and I guess we'll just sail back home as quickly as possible. So we were doing a little bit of scouting up here with a couple of units that we received. Holy smokes, I'm butchering the English language. A little bit of scouting up here with these units that I received, and at the moment, not a whole lot is going on. Let's give ourselves haste here, continue the exploration. As a matter of fact, we could take one more step with our assassin, but I'm not going to risk it. So there's another source of copper. That's right, so our big objective of this episode is actually going to be to try to claim this source of copper right here. So we might need to get our vampires over here. It's a good question. Like, ideally, I would probably want to settle on top of this hill, but I don't think that's going to be an option for us. We might do a little coastal thing. Is this freshwater? No, that's not freshwater. Here we have freshwater. It's like the big question is, maybe we could settle right here. Our borders will expand. We'll have access to the silk for the plantation, and we'll have access to the copper. Unfortunately, I don't see any way I can actually get corn out of this as well. So this is not going to be one of the best cities, but I think we can get copper and silk out of it, as well as be on top of a hill, and those would all be bonuses. So then all of my cities would be on top of hills, but we're not going to get fresh water at the same time. But I think that would be the best location for me to build. Copper is a very important resource. It's going to increase the strength of my vampires by 1. So at the moment, my vampires are 5. It's going to increase their strength to 6 by default. Obviously, we don't have iron yet. If we take a look here at the resources, we haven't finished iron smelting, so we don't have that as an option. And this is a little bit distant from my borders. It's not too bad, but it is a little bit further away than my second city of Nubia. That's really interesting. I really find it interesting because Nubia is the name of a barbarian city. That's a naming scheme that barbarian cities get. So it's like my civilization doesn't have any unique names, or what exactly happened there. I'm not sure, but that's really odd, I think. I find it odd. Whoa, what did we have over here? Look at that. It's like a whole bunch of writhing little figures. What are they called? They're called tormented souls. So it looks like the evil equivalent of a marsh, because it's only one food, which is similar to what you get from a marsh, providing it's not next to a river. So that's interesting. That is interesting. I would like to get my goody hut here. Well, not mine yet, is it? But the only way to access it, I think, is to go around this way. And that means that we might get attacked by archers. I think we can hold off against an archer because they're only 4 attack. They're definitely stronger on the defense, but they're only 4 attacks. So, and then let's finish connecting this plantation to our capital. Let's see here. They're 5 gold. That should bring our research down a little bit, right? And we also have the library, so that's good. So I hear it's a curious thing. Maybe I should have built a monument in here first, because we're not getting any culture at all. A monument would have taken 30 turns. One thing that I could do, I believe, is I could use my supplies here. No, I can't use supplies to build a monument. So what I'm going to do, I believe then, is I'm going to use the supplies to build a command post over here in Nubia. So that way we get that additional happiness to help counteract having a governor's manor in there. Because at the moment we only have 5 happiness. And that's going to be a little bit limiting. Like here we have 7 happiness. I would like to get some animals. I'd like to capture some animals. And get them in pens to increase the happiness in my cities. That would be nice, but I'm not sure we'll have the opportunity to do that because the game has progressed to a certain point already where they might not be spawning as many barbarian animals down anymore, right? So here's the plan. You jump up on top of this hill with both my assassin and my vampire, and then we cast haste with the vampire, and then we can take another step. Comes in useful, doesn't it? Being a vampire can be quite handy. Okay, so here we have our last settler. We're maneuvering him into position to found another city. Okay. So what tile should I improve next? It would be a good idea to get some production going, so that way I can finish the Pact of Nilhorn quickly. So I'm thinking, let's get a worker going up here on top of this hill, because that will be an additional commerce when I clear the forest off of it. And then I think we want to start building a road to Nubia and improve at least 1 tile here. I could maybe build a mine on top of that hill right there. So I think that's what our other worker's going to do at the moment. We have a road here? No. So we could build, let me see here. We'll build road and that tile, and then that tile. It's the most direct connection. Cottage, 2 turns to hamlet. And both of these cottages are getting pretty close to growing already, which is nice. We want to start early with the cottages. And now Ferial has converted to Fellowship of Leaves. Wow, she is really fickle. And now she actually does mind that I've fallen under the sway of a heathen religion. But she still is evil, even though she has converted to a sort of an how would I put it? An alignment agnostic religion. So Fellowship of Leaves is neither good nor evil, but since she is an evil civilization, or I think she's an evil civilization leader, she still is evil, even though her religion is kind of alignment agnostic, right? If that makes any sense. So maybe befriending her was not as important as befriending Heborum, because he's predictable. He will always be evil. That's basically all he does. I wonder, just out of curiosity, let's talk to some of these people again. We do have allies. Obviously all the good people are doing really well. She's not interested in trading anything, so we can't trade anything there. Is he interested in trading anything? Not really. He has a world map. I wonder if he would give me the world map for something reasonable now, out of curiosity. He wants feudalism for it. Okay, that's not an entirely bad thing because like we're kind of on the same side. And I wonder who else has traded maps with him. Somebody else might have. So here we have feudalism again. The thing is, if I do give them feudalism, they're going to trade it all over the place. I mean, I don't think they can declare war. Yeah, they can't declare war on me. So it's not like there's really a downside to helping them, is there? Like we're sort of in the same boat here. So by that logic, it would be best to just give them pretty much everything I get access to, wouldn't it? So let's see here. World map, what do you want for this? Okay, I guess we're trading. There we go. Let's see what that revealed. So it revealed all of his land. This actually might have been a very good trade. It revealed all of his land. So now we see his 3 cities. 4 cities, it looks like, as a matter of fact. Right there is another elven city. These are the good elves. So one of the things I might be interested in doing is trying to get some of my units on his borders, like where he borders with other enemies to help defend, because we don't want him to fall. And he's going to be fighting on a lot of fronts. Like he has, I'm pretty sure there are enemies all over here. This is the Elohim. And there are enemies here, obviously. So, or maybe helping defend the Shi'im would be more important. Not sure. Yeah, so this is where we would have started if we... Oh, wow. If I had played as the Shi'im, I actually would have gotten the Holy City, I think. Maybe not, but I think I would for this religion. So in the future, that might be something to keep in mind as to which direction you go in. The Shi'im looks like they have the access to the Holy City for the religion that I am, which really kind of comes in handy if you do that. But even their starting city was not very good, was it? You don't see any resources. That really kind of sucks. For a starting city location, no resources whatsoever. And I think she might need help defending. If I recall, in the past, I don't think they did so well. So enough of that. Let's get started here. Wow, 7 turns to build a mine. We could chop we're going to chop first because that's going to increase the speed at which we complete this project. So we probably should do a lot of chopping. And the villagers have given us the secrets to a new technology. So it gave us optics, allows us to build some interesting units. We can build a frigate, which is pretty powerful. It requires iron or mithril though, so I guess we can't build it. We build a caravel though. Not the best technology. Let's be honest. There are probably a lot of better technologies that I could have gotten. I could have gotten currency, sanitation, all better. Smelting, better. Stirrups, okay, stirrups would suck because mounted units suck, at least for the purposes that I have for them. Animal handling would have been maybe better. It would have allowed me to build the spider pen if I ever get a spider. Even drama would have received a great bard. I don't think you can get access to those. I suppose these element things, I don't have any interest in researching most of them. But yeah, optics was one of the poorer technologies for sure. Okay, I was going to send this Queen of the Line back to get repaired, so I guess we're going to continue to do that. Yeah. There's not a whole lot over here, to be honest. Nope, go back. I do wish I could drag on the map. I'm a fan of map dragging. Left click map dragging. Let's cast haste and take another movement here. Oh goodness, I'm going to run into trouble, aren't I? Look at that. We have a goblin army. They're not entirely stronger. I do have the odds in my favor. What we're going to do here with this ranger is I'm going to send them home. We're going to get them healed up. I think that would be quite nice. 4 turns. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we're going to get killed by goblins, aren't we? Wow. 2 strength. Well, they're not very strong, are they? We'll see what happens with that. Okay, they're marching on. See if I can safely get home here. And I wanted to build a command post here. I think that's still the smartest decision. Yeah, we're not making much of any research in the city. 120 versus 100. So technically, it would be like a production-wise decision to construct a library because there's a little bit more hammers involved in it. But pretty much everything else is 100 as well. Like it would be really foolish to build a palisades with this or a stable. But a construction yard is pretty solid, I think. Not a construction yard. A training yard. Is it a training yard or a command post? It's a training yard. There we go. We've figured it out. It's a training post. Oh, we have bears. We have bars. Now, the thing is we could actually move out of there and save these bears to be taken over by the ranger. The ranger, I believe, would have pretty good odds against the bear. So I'm going to cast the moving thing again, and then we're going to move out of range of the bears. And hopefully, because it is a bear den, that means more bears will spawn. Hopefully we can farm them a bit for that additional experience. Okay, 80% odds. Let's try to, and then we see more bears. Oh my goodness. There are perhaps more animals than I thought there were around here, aren't there? Look at that. Bears, 5 strength. They're definitely stronger than me. They're gonna win. 3.8, wow. Yeah, I'm going to lose to a bear. I'm gonna lose my Morai to a bear. Unfortunately. Let's see what we can see over here. Ooh, a lion den. So, like, one of the things about these dens is they will spawn more units if I give them a chance to. So I might just hang around here for a bit and try to farm up some lions then. Because the thing is, these are very important for increasing the happiness in the early parts of the game in our cities. So it's not wise to underestimate the value of that. The value that they can bring. Let's fortify our Queen of the Line. As a matter of fact, here, let's sail back into our port and heal in the city. Yeah, I told you the more I was going to die to the bear, and it did. Let's heal up the Queen of the Line. So the big question is, like, do we take the lions out right now? We could, but we don't have enough experience to capture them, so I say we leave them for now. We're going to build our city here. We're building this city on Rock and Roll. So there we go. Fortify that, and that will be our access to copper. And we got 20 from chopping that forest down there. I'm thinking about chopping this forest down here as well. Let's get my ranger back home, and hopefully we can start farming up this bear right here. Once my ranger is healed, I'll be more than capable of actually killing that bear, because rangers are pretty strong. Okay, what do we have here? Well, that's a ranger again. Yeah, we're not going to be able to kill that. You're going to have to wait a little bit. So the big question is, like, what do we need to build in this city? I think it's pretty apparent the monument's going to be the best way to go right away, because we need that the culture and the borders to expand, and that way we can build a mine on the copper. So let's see where this goes then. Yeah, unfortunately we're going to be seeing this barbarian state thing until I can actually remove the archer there. Travelers report sighting an angelic presence in the Mercurian lands. So the question now is, do we build a mine here, or do I chop down another forest? I could build a mine in 4 turns. I think we should do that. I'm pretty sure my capital is ready to work another tile. If I built a mine there, I'm pretty sure it would work it, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so both of our cottages have upgraded to hamlets already. 18 turns to village, so kicking off a nice 3 commerce each already at this point. And let's see if we can explore this desert a little bit more with my ranger. So here we go. 2 turns to heal this ranger, and then maybe we can go bear hunting. Right, there's a bear. Let's give this guy a speed boost, and let's take another step. It's barbarian land. Maybe we can take a barbarian city there. That's not too far removed from my own lands, is it? Oh, we have warriors coming after us. Well, I don't think warriors are too much of a problem. What would the odds be? 99.4. As a matter of fact, it's a very good problem to have, isn't it? So I imagine that's with the assassin? Yes. So both our assassin and the assassin will do the attacking. There we go. Hopefully a little bit of experience. Experience 6 out of 5. That's enough to get another promotion. And then we have our vampire to bring up the rear and actually help defend the stack because the assassin is wounded. Here we have a slave. Now, I'm pretty sure slaves can be used to hurry buildings. What does it say here? Minus 10% work rate, plus 10% jungle attack, 25% chance to create... unit cannot pillage. Well, we could still use it to improve our lands, couldn't we? Unfortunately, I'm not sure how we can get it through here without it dying. Okay, well, we're just going to have to bring it along for the time being. Created another 20 production by clearing a forest. I think that's going to be our priority. Here, let's upgrade the Queen of the Line for additional strength and head out, and we're going to explore that shipwreck right there. So right here we have the Malachim cities. Let's take a peek, shall we? See what's in there. I'm just thinking here. So this city has rice next to it. I'm going to have rice anyway, so it might not make a whole lot of sense to take that city. There might be more barbarian cities that spawn over time, and that would be a way for me to increase the size of my empire. Okay, so what do we have here? We have an assassin. I didn't know the assassins could get the subdue animal promotion. That's an interesting option. Maybe I could use this guy to attack animals. Let's see here. Minus 50% city strength. So yes, the assassin is never good to be used on a city. So maybe what I will do is I'll send an assassin along with one of my rangers, and they'll both together help take out like animals and stuff, because we can subdue an animal. I think we should go for subdue animal. It's the first time we've gotten that option, so that's what I'm going for there. Let's pull out of these enemy borders. The heal rates are atrocious here. And let's see, out of curiosity, if I use my vampire and I hurry, yeah, the slave is not going to get any more movement out of that. Apparently it's the type of unit that, well, I don't think workers in general benefit from it. So let's just take another step there. The slave can catch up to us next turn. Okay, so one of the problems here that I'm sort of running into is that we really do need to finish the Pact of Nilhorn. So I'm thinking of doing more forest chopping to complete it. So I could remove a couple more forests here instead of actually continuing to build a road up to Nubia. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do there. Okay, here we have a lion out in the wild. Let's try killing it. How much damage did we take? Not too bad, not too bad. Still need one more experience before we can get a subdue animal promotion for that unit. Yeah, so getting experience is pretty critical, and I think that's why it's a good thing I went ahead and chose the promotion that I did for my assassin. Because at the moment, he's the only one who can actually capture any animals. Let's get rid of that goblin. That will also give us a little bit more experience. So now we have two experience for that ranger. We will be able to get one promotion, but we still won't be able to get the subdue animal promotion for him yet. Okay, the Under Council develops secret codes. I'm not exactly sure what this is. I'm pretty sure it's good though, so let's say yes. I'm going to be taking a look at what is it? Is it here? Settings? No, that's not it. There is somewhere where we can actually see, I think, what the Under Council can vote on. Is this it? Scenario screen? No, that's not it. Maybe not then. Usually it's in the victory conditions, I think. So right here, info screen? No, that's the info screen. How about here, victory conditions, victories? Yeah. Where does it show it then? Like it's usually, where is it usually? Is it here? Text, active resources. So it would be interesting to get these people connected to my trade network. I might be able to trade with them. So that's something to work on. Active, yeah, open borders, info, text. So here are texts that are available. Will trade, won't trade. He will trade currency now, unfortunately. Okay, and he wants optics. She won't trade anything. Let's talk to this guy once. He is friendly. Yeah, so he'll now trade currency and smelting. Reveals iron. I don't think there's anything we can trade that would actually get iron smelting, unfortunately. Let's see what he will give us for this. He'll give me a world map. Okay, well, we already have his world map, so there's no point in trading for that. Okay, one turn to heal. I think it's a smart decision. It seems to be relatively safe right there at the moment. And let's see about our assassin here. 3 turns, really. Seems a little bit excessive, doesn't it? But okay. Okay, our first promotion for our ranger, and it will take 2 turns for him to heal. Let's explore the lair. Now, this could spawn something quite horrible, so who knows? Yeah, it did. Oh my goodness, it did spawn something. A powerful enemy has arisen to defend the lair. 9 strength. It's the Grand Draker. So that, oh, we actually have pretty good odds against it, against attacking it. Unfortunately, we won't be able to attack it, and it does have more attack strength than defense strength. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. No! We have died. My Queen of the Line has been destroyed by a barbarian drown. Oh. Anyway, the secret codes has succeeded. So yeah, drowns can actually... Let me take a look at the events here. My Queen of the Line has defended, it killed a barbarian Grand Taker. So it killed the ship. The problem was the units that are in the ship. So now we have a very big problem on our hands here. We actually have drowns headed towards our borders. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get Decius over to my capital as quickly as possible. These units only have a 1 movement, so that's okay. Here we have our first great scientist. Now, we can't build our holy city, so there's no point in using him for that. I'm tempted to build an academy. Investing in a building this early in the game would probably be a very good thing. So at the moment, like, we have plus 25% from... this is our primary city. This is where we're getting the majority of our scientific research from. And at the moment, it's 28... What is it? It's 28.75. So I'm going to be building an academy in here. It's going to increase the research by 50%. I think it's a very good move. So what did I say it was? 28.75. Really? Up to 40? That is pretty impressive. Yeah, I think that was definitely the best option for me at the time. Okay, so what can we do with this ranger? Let's explore the desert a little bit here. If there's a dungeon, I'm not overly anxious to go inside it, though. Okay, what can our assassin do here? Probably not much. 95.3 versus this bear. Do we want to risk it? Because we could step back 1, but then he might follow us. But we could step back 2, yeah. Okay, let's retreat a little bit. I would still like to heal my assassin a little bit more. Or maybe not. Is it worth it? And it died. It died! It died! How did it die? Oh no. Why would it die? It was 95% odds. Why do you die at 95% odds? It doesn't make any sense. And it was my 1 unit that had the capture animals promotion. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Focus on production here. That's one thing. As a matter of fact, focus on production and commerce. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Wow, the Pact of Nilhorn is still taking a very long time to complete. So I guess more forest chopping, maybe? Let's just complete this road first. So that was a very unfortunate I mean, that's what I don't like about Civilization 4. I've said it time and time again. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. When you have 95% odds, I shouldn't lose as much as I lose. I lose way too much of the time on 95% odds. I don't know why it is. So I lost my assassin. Not that I really could use it for much of anything else, but I guess hopefully we're just going to be promoting the ranger for that kind of stuff in the future. See how it goes. Barbarian Cid has been spotted in 2 locations. Yes, indeed. Here we have the drowns. Big question. They're pretty strong, so I'm glad I'm going to be defending the city with Decius. So let's do that. Let's bring a skeleton at least into the fray, and then we can also summon. What is it called? It's a specter. I keep messing it up, so I'm a little bit cautious about saying what it is called because I usually mess it up. Let's head back towards that lion den. Maybe we can get some more experience from there. With this vampire, I guess we're just left on our lonesome here. So let's do some exploring. Explore what I can while I still have the vampire. And this ranger, I'm going to try to take a look for some bears. Okay, the worker... Like, I'm not even sure what the drowns are going to do. Like, they could run over there. So I think we're going to try building a road right here to help connect those two cities to expedite a movement between the two of them. Yeah. I think they're just going to attack my main city here. Okay. Basium converts to order. There is more Van Gossam Malachim land. Probably should have brought my ranger back over there to help defend. I don't think I could have got there in time. Maybe I could have, but I don't think I could. So yeah, this is a little bit of a crucial time, isn't it? Like, we have a skeleton, we have a night watch, and a vampire. If these drowns all attack the city at once, I think we'll win. But given the crappy odds I've been dealt in the past, it's by no means certain. Like, even at 95% odds, I can still be dealt a bad hand, basically. So let's see what happens. And they did nothing. The governor of Nubia has reported their crime rate has decreased in his city. He credits the reduction to the vigilance of the city watch. Congratulate the governor and his men for their fine work. Okay, minus 2% to the crime rate. I don't think the crime rate ever plays much of a factor. So what exactly are these drowns doing? And can I attack them? 92% odds. I wish I'd finished removing that forest there. It makes a very good case for removing all forests around your borders, doesn't it? Still only one lion. Maybe we can take out the goblins over there, huh? Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, let's go up here. Let's take this vampire over here. Trying to bring our slave home, basically. Okay, there's a bear. Let's see if we can take it out. 99.9% odds. Can it get any better? I don't know. Okay. Ranger destroyed a bear. 4 out of 5 experience. One more bear down, and then we'll finally have our promotion for capturing animals. Let's remove the forest. We're down to 37 turns for the Pact of Nilhorn. That's still an atrocious amount of time, considering we're not actually building any other units in the meantime. Maybe I want to pull my ranger back after all. Like, if these guys are not going to attack right now, I don't know what I'm... Okay, we actually have... They have attacked. So what exactly went down here? While defending, my vampire killed a barbarian drown. My night watch killed it. My night watch killed... So my night watch took the first initiative. And then after that, it was my vampire. We have enough to get a promotion here. So we're going to be promoting for 40% hills defense. We are on a hill, right? Yes. So 40% hills defense, it's better than 30% city defense. And also it's more universal because you can actually station the night watch on any hill and you'll get that bonus. And okay, we also have another promotion coming to us. So what do we want to go for here? Like 20% strength might not be a bad idea. It's like 30% city defense versus 20% strength. Let's do 20% strength. One danger here is because this unit is hidden nationality. I think we should declare our nationality. There's really no point in having hidden nationality. We don't need... I mean, we know who our enemies are, right? There's no need to be hidden about it. So we're going to do that and then heal for 1 turn. Okay, what can our rangers see? I would like to remove these goblins, and I believe I have the strength to do it. So 99.9% odds, that would be enough, and that would give us enough experience to get that promotion that I'm after. So that's what I'm planning on doing here. Let's move the vampire 1 more step. Pretty close to getting the slave home. I plan on using it to hurry something. I don't think I'm going to be using it as the worker because I'm going to be paying full maintenance costs for those additional units while at the same time not getting nearly the same amount of productivity out of it. At the moment we're down to 3 unit cost. So we're making quite a bit of gold. We have our research up to 100%. Everything is going good, but I would like to build some more units. That would be, I think, a very important thing. We still have a drown over here, so at the moment I'm not going to return my workers quite yet. Instead, they can build a cottage on that tile. Really, building a cottage in 4 turns? I didn't know it'd be quite so fast. So we have 4 out of 5 experience here. Let's try to find that other bear. There's another bear. Right there it is. Hopefully we can get it next turn. Oh no, it says your vampire is destroyed by a barbarian giant spider. Some of your units have gone to serve the infernals in the afterlife. So I lost my slave. So there is a giant spider lurking somewhere around there. So that's something important to keep in mind. It's another good reason for why only the rangers really should be doing the exploring. Is simply because they're the ones that can actually see the hidden animals like barbarian spiders. So no assassins, no vampires. Let's just stick to exploring with the rangers. That seems to be their best utility anyway. So here, 99.6. Come on, fingers crossed. You can do it. Okay, good. And we also got a slave out of it. So we sort of got our slave replaced, I guess you could say. The question is, I can't get him out of here without him dying. Yeah, I don't really see what I can do with this guy. There are too many enemies around. Let's hear. Okay, both of those only have one movement, so if we skirt the edges of this, I might be able to get him home. Okay, time to go for the kill. Right there are those bears that murdered my assassin. 99.6% odds. Do you think we'll lose on this one? Apparently not. We almost lost though. Look at that. Well, look at that. We're down to 0.6 out of 7. That is very weak. See if we can get home before we die. Fortify the Night Watch. If that drowned steps onto land, I'll probably attack him if he decides to not attack me. Nope, he attacked. Okay. This music is ridiculously loud. I don't know if you can hear how loud it is, but it is really loud. I don't know what's going on with my voice there. Okay, so we finished chopping down that forest. What do we have here? Focus on production and commerce. Okay, this tile is adjacent, apparently, or it's bordering a river tile. So let's build a mine on there because we'll be able to get the additional gold from having that river adjacency. Okay, so here we have a ranger. Let's promote for subdue animal. There we go. Now, basically any animals that we run into, we can actually capture, which is pretty important. I'm not sure I want to remove the lions just yet. I would kind of like them to spawn more. It's in a very convenient place. It's very close to my borders. So it'd be something that I could keep an eye on, I think. And then I hopefully could farm up enough lions for all 3 of my cities because I can build a lion pen in each. So I'm going to step here with the slave. Next turn, we're going to move 2 spaces and hopefully I can get him home. In regards to the ranger, I guess we're going exploring once again to see if we can find anything else. And this ranger also has the ability to get the subdue animal promotion. 5 whole turns to actually heal. If we want to go home, it would take us so many turns. I think it's just better to go ahead and try to heal here. So that's what I'm going to try. Yeah, I think everything is working out okay. Pact of Nilhorn is still taking a very long time to complete. That is even working a mine there. Yeah. See what happens. It's rather uneventful that turn. A great prophet has been born in Tungarted. Something. It's been born in a Shiam city. And you can tell the Broken Lands are already spreading into Shiam territory. So there's a Shiam city there, and then there are 2 Shiam cities over here. So these are the 2 on the front lines that I would have to pay attention to. Like, if we do get our unit, if we manage to complete Corruption of Spirit in time to build Razir the Fallen, which I'll admit is a little bit dubious. Like, we're focusing on a lot of wonders here. We're focusing on the Pact of Nilhorn. I don't know if we'll be able to complete that in time. I don't know if we'll be able to build Razir the Fallen in time. I believe he does require a temple as well. So that will be an additional cost. I don't know. These could be some very big bets that we're making. Astrologers report that the coin has moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Mammon, and your governors report an increase in commerce and crime during this period. Well, I'll take the gold. I won't take the crime. Okay, we got our hamlet built. We really should build a farm here. Basium converts to Fellowship of Leaves for some odd reason. Let's see if we can get the slave back to my capital. Okay, step there, step there. Wow. Is it just me, or did Malachim have a fairly substantial empire here? Yeah. It's good to see our research going up, though. Like, we're doing okay, I think, at this point. Might want to build another worker, though, to help improve our lands. Boy, everybody's just converting back and forth between Fellowship of Leaves and other stuff. Didn't she just have... Oh, she is friendly now. She was Fellowship of Leaves before. What did she convert to? Council of Isus? Not sure. What can I do with this ranger? Let's take a step in here. I don't know how dangerous standing there is. I mean, our primary objective with the rangers is to actually scout stuff, not to kill armies and whatnot, so... Okay, apparently we don't get it. Decius... Okay, maybe this is something else. Decius was waiting impatiently for the emissary from the Ashen Vale to discuss strategy. Ritualists still made him uneasy. Hello, Decius. Decius turned. There was a horseman greeting the Calabim leader that he did not recognize until he removed his helm. Razir, you survived, then? I had thought the Order's hounds would have found you. The fallen Oath-Taker dismounted. You'd be surprised what you can survive when you lose all limits. Or perhaps you wouldn't. Razir laughed. Decius didn't. Razir continued. Once we defeat the Overcouncil, the Ashen Vale should have enough strength to challenge even the Banner. I thought the Ashen Vale cared more for the slow corruption method. Once we get the power we need, we can carry the torch to our enemies more open. The Banner are a dry husk of hypocrisy, ready to be set ablaze. Can we count on your support when the battle comes? I think you get ahead of yourself. The Mercurians are a mortal threat to you unless we cripple them here and to the west, where they try to build a second gate with the help of the Radiant Guard. Should we prevail, I do not consider the Banner worth mercy. I was betrayed, but I don't consider revenge my goal. Razir, nor destruction. If your plans strengthen me, I will be there. Razir nodded, and their talk turned to strategy. So it's rather interesting. Like, what is that event about? Do I get Razir? Like, I'm not even sure. It says Hebrium has created Razir the Fallen. Okay. So no, we won't have access to him. Like, even if I did do the right research, we wouldn't get access to him because Hebrium apparently gets him. So that's interesting. He'll probably suicide him on something silly. So we should look towards other things in terms of like what heroes we can get, because heroes are pretty important. So let's see here. What civilization am I? I'm the Calabim. Let's take a look at what we have access to as our unique civilizations here, because each civilization does have a hero. It's ABC Calabim. Unique units, leaders. Really, I thought they would show me what units we have available. We have the Bruja. Vampire Lords, of course. Oh, the Vampire Lord does require a training lord? Okay, that's a Vampire Lord. Not just a regular... Here are the vampires. The vampires just require a governor's manor. So, how exactly do I figure out what unique units I have? Okay, let's look at leaders. We are Decius, so ABC... Decius, come on. I can't click on this? Are you kidding me? That's the one unit. That's the one civilization I can't click on. How does that happen? Look at this. I can click on everybody but Decius. What the hell? Okay, well, enough time has been wasted on that, I suppose. Let's see if we can do something about that spider. There's a spider around here somewhere. Hurry production, plus 10 for the monument. I'm not sure we can actually hurry a pact, so let's do the 10 for the monument then. We're currently 15 out of 60, so yeah, it'd actually be a little bit more significant. And how are we doing here? Oh, some good production, down to 20 turns. Yeah, we can't. Here we have another slave. I'm not sure where this slave came from. Because I got another slave. Okay, but yeah, we can't. We can only hurry production of a building. So maybe we'll send this over to the Governor's Manor, or better yet, get closer to finishing that monument. I think getting the culture going on that city is a little bit more important. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Barbarian, yeah. There's still those barbarians there. Okay, our ranger has healed. Let's take a peek at that bear den. Still only one bear there. First, I'm just going to check on the lions. Apparently, there's still only one lion. I'm not exactly sure what causes them to spawn more. But apparently, they don't happen as fast as the bears do anyway. Okay, so we have 2 mines. We can do a 3rd mine right there. That'd be a very productive spot. But our city is growing kind of slowly, and the thing is, we actually do need more population. We can support more population in Presper. So I'm thinking maybe I'll have to build a farm. Like, it's rare that I end up building farms, because usually cottages just make so much more sense. They're capable of sustaining a population, plus all the great gold you make off of them. But at the moment, I think building another mine would be important. How about that? A divided soul. Let's see what we can do about this. My 99.9% odds. 6 out of 10. Okay. Now we have 8 out of 10. So that was worth 2 experience. And we got another slave from it. So let's return him home. I still don't want to remove the bear den, if possible. I'd rather have it make more bears for us. So right now we have a bear den there. We have a lion den over here. And here we have the enemy borders right there. I wonder how that's going to turn out. Okay. Yeah, so no additional lions to capture. Let's see what we can do about finding that spider. Because I could capture the spider. That might be a cool unit to have if we capture it. Because we can't build a spider pen quite yet. Let's try to rush this monument. Down to 22 turns. Which place should we step to? There we go. 3 population in this city so far. It's going to grow quite nicely because of the additional rice. Let's build a road to that, connected to the trade network. And I'm going to be sending my Decius vampire hero back to that city. And then after this, we're going to be building a mine up on top of that tile right there. Let's chop this forest. We're down to 17 turns of the pact. The Necrotorium. The Necronomicon? Oh, that's a confusing word to pronounce. But anyway, it has been completed in Garrisburg. Let's take a look at that. I'm kind of interested. It is a wonder, so it begins with N. Let's see here. What? It's not a wonder? It's something else? Apparently so. It's not under wonders. Like, what else is there? Spells and abilities, unit categories, rituals maybe? N. Nope. I'm not sure what that is. That might be a national wonder, perhaps? It's a bit odd. Now I suppose that now that I have the units that can capture animal units, I suppose I'll never see another animal unit that's not in a den, huh? Oh, there's the spider. Holy smokes. Look at that. So this giant spider, 5 strength, with an additional plus 60% strength. So I'm not even sure we can kill it. 72% odds. It's a bit iffy. It is a bit iffy. And we are in a jungle, so that would have a defense bonus for us. And it is fortified. So it has tile defense, it has fortification. I think our odds would be much better if it would attack us, rather than we attacking it. So hopefully that's what we can do. Let's continue. The ranger killed a giant barbarian spider. Yes. Okay, under council. Set up a gambling ring. I'm not sure what this does. So I'm going to vote against it for now. And then I'm going to take a look. Here we go. The under council should be here. Let's see here. Categories, considerations. Yeah. Here, Fall from Heaven concepts. Here's the under council. Here we have the various things. Gambling ring. Reduces the production cost of gambling houses in all your cities. I guess I should have voted for that. What are the other thing? We develop secret codes. Technologies can only be traded with other under council members. So that's what that was. That really wasn't necessary because we're at war with everybody who's good, I think. And everybody else is in the under council. Pretty sure everybody else is in the under council. Yeah, so this is where we can go to find out more about the under council and the things that they propose. Maybe I should just be a little bit more familiar with it right now. Smuggling ring. Access to a new building, I'd probably vote for that. Slave trade, can buy and sell slaves, I'd probably vote for that. Gambling ring, I will vote for that next time it comes up. Fund dissidents, has a chance to create riots in non-under council cities, I would vote for that. And enlist the Night Watch, can pay for the resolution to gain a few Night Watch. I'd probably vote for all of them. So that's the safest way to look at it, I suppose. So here's our giant spider. What can we do with it? It's going to take about 7 turns to heal it. I'm not sure. The body of the spider is hiding the heal button. Yeah, 7 turns to fully heal. The good news is that it's hidden to most units. It's like we can have it stationed there and healing, and there's nothing bad should happen because of it. So, got our farm completed. Let's work on that mine up on top of the hill. Clearing a forest, created 20 for Presper, down to 13 turns for that. We are 35 turns in, and that's basically all that city's been working on so far. Oh, we have our first lucky break, a lion. And in a rather unexpected place, too. I wasn't expecting to see lions so far from the desert. So, let's grab those lions, shall we? And get them back home, then. The gambling ring succeeds, even though I voted against it. So I voted no, everybody else voted yes. So I was supposed to decrease the cost of gambling houses. Here we have a scout from one of the elves. So looking at the research tree here, I just realized that my rangers are kind of special because I don't even have the technology to rebuild them. Look at that. I would have to research animal handling, which would take me 49 turns. So I might want to be a little bit more cautious about how I use my rangers, just to not make sure I don't risk them unnecessarily. One of the interesting things here as well is the spider pen, which is what the giant spider builds. All it does is give us an additional silk. And the problem is, I already kind of have silk, so that's not really that huge a benefit to us. Like, I'm going to have 2 silk by the time I'm done with this stuff. So, yeah, I probably will use the spider for something else. Maybe I can use it for spying or something because it is a largely invisible unit. And it has a lot of promotions. It has plus 60% strength. So whenever you capture an animal, you get to keep its promotions that it had, which is pretty cool, I must say. Yeah. So what can this ranger do? Like, how are we going to get back home? I suppose this would be the fastest way. How about that? There's a ranger there. There's a wolf rider here with 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. So technically it could destroy my lion because I'm gonna have to move up there. What's in this city? Okay, nothing that can get me yet. Yeah, getting the lion home might actually be an issue now. An issue that I didn't think was going to present itself. Okay, let's get a mine built on top of there. A mine built here. Down to 13 turns. Let's hope for the best. Okay, we can rush production. Down to 8 turns, I think, for the monument. Yep. Okay, so here is a chair. Is the chariot what was over here? 1, 2. Yeah, I suppose it was. Okay, let's get rid of the chariot. That was a bit iffy. Did hurt our ranger quite a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's probably the fastest way to do it. One there versus one there. I think we're going to go up above, actually. Okay, Ranger. See if we can find any more animals to capture. What else do we have going on here? 11 more turns. So the Ranger doesn't have quite enough experience to heal yet. And Basium converts to order. Hasn't this happened already? Feels like deja vu. I could have sworn that already happened. So the interesting thing with this Ranger is I just don't know where it's safe to actually go. 11 turns it's going to take if I don't go somewhere safe. Okay. I guess we'll try something next turn. Okay, there's a lion. Should we take it out this turn or wait a turn? I think we should wait a turn. It really doesn't matter because we're going to be stepping on two deserts, so it would take an entire turn to step there anyway. Okay, so we've finished Corruption of Spirit. Even though we're not going to get Razir to Fallen, we are going to get access to the Savants. That would allow us to actually spread Ashen Veil, as well as the Temple of the Veil, which will give us additional happiness from Regents and Religion, as well as additional science. So even though we're not going to get Razir to Fallen, it was still a good idea to research that technology. As you can see right now, this city doesn't have any religion in it, even though it's connected to my trade network. So the lion hasn't reproduced. Let's go ahead and try to get it. Oh. Apparently we can step on that tile after all. Okay, so it looks like we might have 2 lions here. Maybe, if we can get this other one home. I'm hoping we can. If I step there, I can bring my lion with me. Hopefully I'm not going to be attacked. But it's not a given. Okay, here we have a Savant. So we can use this guy to spread Ashen Veil to another civilization, city. Or we could use it for divination, which I'm not going to do. Yeah, so we're going to use this Savant to spread the religion into Nubia. And the next civic that I'm interested in researching, I think, is Priesthood. This would allow us to train Ritualists, which are very powerful units that cause collateral damage without actually risking anything to themselves. Another thing we could research is Infernal Pact. That's 32 turns. What does it enable? Sacrifice the Weak, Snake Pillar, 1 free technology. I'm not going to end up building that, obviously. Free Scourge promotion. Is this another? No, this is just a regular thing. Free Scourge promotion for units built in the city allows you to sacrifice your living units for extra research. I probably won't need that. And Mishaber of Dis, a melee unit. Requires Holy City, requires... Yeah, okay. We're not going to need Infernal Pact, so I think the next thing we should go for is either Priesthood or Currency. Since we're making an okay amount of gold, and we have a research at 100%, I'm going to go with Priesthood. I think it's important to get access to the Ritualist early on, especially since we're not going to have Razir, because he's going to allow us to deal collateral damage to enemy units. Like when enemies bring a stack of units into my territory, then I'll be more easily able to deal with them because I'll have that additional... I'll be able to deal that additional damage at no risk to myself. So I think the Ritualists are very important. See what we can do here. Another event. An imp fell roughly from a portal into the dirt of the Calabim war camp. The more I jumped to their feet, but the creature waved them off. It crawled over to where Decius was sitting. The imp coughed black blood. Its wings hung limply. "Are you Decius?" it gasped. Decius nodded. "We were ambushed at the southern pass. A whole sect was destroyed. Our fort was burned and a senior ritualist slain. How many were there?" One man on horseback. He let me escape so I could tell you that he is here to take your head, Decius, and to tell you his name. Valen Fanel. Right, Fanuel. Valen Fanuel, I suppose. So he's another hero. I would still like our civilization to get our hero, but apparently that might not be happening. We didn't get Decius. Ethine the White has created him. This could be a bit of a problem. He might come for me immediately. I'm not sure. So maybe I should have researched priesthood first, huh? I don't know. We will have 3 giants, hopefully, by that time. By the time he gets here, 7 more turns. Gee, it just takes forever to get there, doesn't it? Or to finish it. And that's working, well, it's working 2 mines. Most productive ones. Okay, we have another promotion available to our ranger. I think we're just going to promote for strength at this point. Actually, it would be kind of silly for Valen to attack me right away, because he will gain strength with time, and it makes more sense for him to attack after 100 turns when he's gotten all of his promotions he can get without attacking other units. Here we go, let's spread Ashen Vale. Finish the road to that mine. And we'll also be able to build a farm on the corn. I don't have any corn, so the corn will be added as a health resource. So let's see if we can continue creeping our way back. There's a scout. What are the odds against it? 66% odds. Oh, really? It's like no matter where we go, there's a good chance that he could kill me with a stupid scout. How does that happen? I think our best odds are actually standing on top of this hill here. Okay, we also have this lion. What am I going to do with the lion? I'll probably use my spider to help bring it home. So like that, maybe. Oh, there's another lion. I'm glad I ended up stepping up here. Otherwise, my lion might kill, that lion might kill my lion. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if he attacks my scout. My ranger, I mean. No, he didn't. Okay, so my ranger defeated a barbarian lion. So now we have 2 lions. Now we have a total of 3 lions. So we have more than enough lions now, I think. Well, unless we get another city. Maybe we'll want to have a spare one on hand for later. Let's bring the spider a little bit closer. I think everything is revealed here, so I'll let the spider escort them from this point on. And send the ranger back to rangering. So let's try to bring this stuff home and let my ranger heal. How are we doing here? Governor Manor in 2 turns. I need to learn to use slavery. It's just I need much better growth for my cities. I need more food, basically. So let's build a hamlet right here then. And I'll build a cottage next to my capital, like that. And let's get the vampire back in my city. Barbarian has been spotted once again. Let's get this lion back. 4 turns, it's looking like. Move spider 1 forward, move lions to converge with spider. Let's see what we can find with our ranger. I wonder if we can build a hawk yet. It requires a hunting lodge, so yes, we could. I wanted to build one, but we need to finish some other stuff first. Okay, we're gonna get our ranger back home, and now he can heal. Oh look, another barbarian city. Kidnappers are demanding a ransom for a governor's daughter in the Malachim city of Timberling. Interesting. Hey, we have frostlings. Those came out of nowhere. I wonder if my spider could defeat them. Yes, it could. Spider might actually be more useful than I thought it would be. Especially with all those promotions it earned. Okay, we've constructed the governor's manor. The big question, like now we do have culture coming into the city thanks to the Ashen Vale. So I can actually focus on building vampires. So we're going to work on a vampire next, I think. 12 turns. That's going to prevent growth of the city, though. Unfortunately. I mean, that is one downside to these civics. I think we need another vampire, though. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Truffles. A rich source of truffles have been discovered in a series of caves. The locals have begun to farm them. +1 food and +1 commerce in the plot. Can it... Okay, I think my capital can work that tile. Yes. So after we're done with the cottage here, we're going to be building a cottage up there. How does she convert to Fellowship of Leaves so many times? Is that a bug? She seems to be converting to it all the time, doesn't she? Now apparently she will trade poisons. We have a few things to trade here with her. What does she want for this? Corruption of spirit and feudalism. Let's see here. Feudalism's 2100, 1100. Suppose we did something like this. No, she really wants corruption of spirit. Okay. Let's see here. Who else has stuff to trade? I'm looking. We want. Okay, it would be in diplomacy. Here we go. Tax. We'll trade. Let's see here. We're looking at the Shiam, Therial, and Hebrium. So we might be able to do some leverage here, but I think that will have to be wait for next turn, maybe. Next episode. We can do some stuff here, right? Because we can trade across to other civilizations. We can get something like poisons and then maybe trade it to Hebrium for currency. Obviously, we're not going to get smelting, but we might be able to leverage some of this. Okay. Let's talk to... Who? Where is she? The Shiam. They'll trade sanitation. What do you want for this? They'll trade it for feudalism. Okay, 985 versus 2100. What would make this deal work? Okay, they only want feudalism. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll accept that deal. There's really no point to not trading with these people because they can't declare war on me. It's always going to be a net good to trade technologies with them, even if it means they're more advanced than me. Okay, so food, farm +1, that's pretty good. I don't use farms, unfortunately. And we can also build aqueduct and the bath. So that would increase happiness if we need it. Let's talk to Therial. So Way of the Forest. What do you want for this? Corruption of spirit. What would make this deal work? So she would give me Way of the Forest for optics. 616 versus 1100. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's first do poisons. What do you want for this? What would make this deal work? Corruption of spirit. Okay, what would make this deal work? Feudalism. Okay, she wants it either way, so let's accept that. And now we have poisons. We can build assassins if we have a hunting lodge. Okay, let's talk to her again. Way of the Forest. What do you want for this? Optics. We accept your offer. And now we have Way of the Forests. Yggdrasil +2 food. These all pretty much relate to the the Fellowship of Leaves, which we could technically convert. No, we can't, as a matter of fact. Okay, that's not all that useful. Let's talk to her again. We now have optics. I don't know. What do you want? What will you give us for this? A message from the deep and world map. Obviously, she wouldn't give us necromant. I don't know. What would make this deal work? Okay, it's not workable. Let's talk to Hebrium once. He has currency. We still only have optics. What do you want for this? We can't do that. Okay, I guess then we'll just talk to her again and give her optics. What do you give me for this? Let's take that. And okay, now we have Octopus Overlords. So we should have gotten a couple of new units because of that. We now have a Disciple of Leaves and a Zealot. Right, here's a Disciple of Leaves. Here's a Zealot. Both of them can do great works to create culture in a city. And we also got a map of the exact Shiam cities. So this is what the Shiam has. Wait, is that right? Yeah, the Shiam have a couple of cities way out here. I wonder how long that will last, because we have enemies pretty much all around them. And an interesting thing to look forward to in the next episode is actually the idea of a permanent alliance. So I see a lot of these people are friendly and they will do a permanent alliance. I'm going to look a little bit more into that to see what we can get. I might go with the one who can give me the best technologies if we do share technologies in a permanent alliance. The one thing to think about is that the Hebrium may not have the best research rates. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on that. We'll come back to it in the next episode. This one's gone on long enough as it is already. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.